So
Yes.
So are you guys comfortable? Are you guys okay? You guys want to do some vocal exercises first? The arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
Yeah.
The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
Denied a bank loan.
Okay, so basically I'm just gonna introduce myself and introduce you guys, and then we basically gonna get started right off the bat, straight there. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right. Hi there, and welcome to another Kyle High Club podcast, where I have two very special guests with me today. Yeah, they are members of a punk band in Pretoria by the name of Club Cassidy Cassidy. Welcome, guys. Hello. To whom am I speaking to? I would like you guys to introduce yourselves to the world, if you guys don't mind.
Well, hey, Kyle. Thank you for having us, firstly. My name is Brandon, otherwise known as Ban Hot Rod, stage name.
Okay.
And next to me, we have
Jordan Redcage, aka my real name is Conrad de Jager.
Very Afrikaans.
Very Afrikaans name. You can say it in English as Conrad de Jager, but I thought, no, let's be more pretentious than that and just use an anagram and shift some letters around. So
okay.
I am Jordan Redcage, lead singer and rhythm guitarist of Club Cassidy Cassidy.
And I play bass guitar.
And also, for those of you who is really prominent in the old school local scene, Conrad, aka Jordan Redgaze, is also known as the Mailman.
The Mailman from an old punk band called Side Project.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mailman.
The Mailman.
The Mailman.
Yes.
Yeah. I met him at Opikopi while camping with the band called Sarki, all those cats. And I met Jordan as the Mailman. Yeah, that's how I met you.
Yes, and it's not even the mail, M-A-I-L, like postman. It's the mail as in the man.
Yes.
And the manliest man.
Because he was basically surrounded by a bunch of lesbians, basically.
He's the man among them all.
Yeah, the mailman. And not, yeah.
Yes.
So, guys, Club Cassidy Cassidy released an album on Tuesday. The 20th Tuesday, and the album is called 22, and it released on 22 minutes after 10 at evening, which is 22:22 on Tuesday 2022. It's fucking amazing. Would you mind explaining a little bit about what's up with the 22 obsession?
So 22, especially for me, it has walked with me for my whole life. I've always been surrounded by 22. I was born on the 22nd of November of every year.
Oh wow.
And
you're
then
born
the
every
22nd is every year I am born. I'm reborn every year. Yeah, so that number has always been like quite a big significant thing on my life. So 22 has always been a thing for me. And at one point while we were writing the album, we realized we've got 16 songs and we're really close to 22.
Yeah, we were like 16 and then we decided, okay, let's do 18. And then from there on, we just decided, well, it's going to be stupid if we stay there.
Yeah,
let's just add a few short songs, maybe one long song, and then just make it 22.
And then the other part of the whole thing where everything just magically sort of aligned, which again, just bears the whole idea of 22 always following me around, is like because of when COVID happened. So obviously when COVID happened, everyone's plans kind of got moved along, including our own. So the album had to be moved up a year.
Yeah.
And because of that, we realized, hey, but that would make it the year 2022. If we then actually drop the album on the 2nd of Feb, then we'd have 22s all around, and it would just like come full circle to the entire idea.
And then you realize on the 22nd of Feb, you got an extra 2 in that equation.
Exactly. Yes.
Too many.
Exactly. And then we were like, no, let's do it then. It all just made sense.
Yeah.
So please explain to me your evolution with regards to Joy Club Cassidy Cassidy. Where did the idea spark from? And this is a two-part question. Where did the idea of the band spark from? And why did you choose punk as your medium of expression with regards to music?
First of all, for me especially, because I'm the Otopi, the old guy in the band. Like for me, when I was in high school, I remember especially the first day of high school. It was the introduction day, if you want to call it that. It was the day just before actual school started, and then they take you through the whole process, and you meet the head boy and the head girl and all the matriculants, or the people in the seniors. Basically, you meet them, and then they take you through the whole process. And I remember this one girl. Yes, and she was so pretty. One of the head girls. She wasn't the head girl, but she was one of them, like the underhead girl, or whatever you call them.
Vice
and she
lady.
played. Yes, the vice lady. She played music that whole day, and then this one song she played, and I didn't know who the band was. I didn't understand the music. I couldn't hear what the guy was saying, but I just knew somehow that resonated with me. And months after that, I discovered that same song on Tux FM. And the guy said that was Basket Case by a band called Green Day.
Oh, wow.
And that basically changed my entire life. So I realized, okay, cool, punk is a thing. Punk is a genre. That is the D beat basically is the same as my heartbeat. So it all just matched beautifully. And then after years, I mean, I think of sitting on the sideline, which a lot of us do. You sit on the side and you just become this angry person that keeps saying that you can do it better, and you never do. And then eventually one day we started that side project band. I was kind of like forced into it by friends, and became the mailman in that outfit. It went pretty well, but I mean, as soon as that band took off, it died. It went so well, so fast, and then it died almost immediately.
Oh,
and
wow.
then like
Icarus,
4 years after
flew close to the sun too quickly.
Exactly. And then 4 years after that, I think I was again kind of, my hand was forced by a mutual friend in music, Steven Kosterman.
Yeah.
A very dear friend, and probably the main cause of this band, because if he didn't book us on a lineup for a show 2 months, like in advance, like 2 months after, he said, you are booked on a lineup, you need to get a band together.
Yeah, there wasn't an us.
There wasn't a
there was
there
just
no
a you, and
like
then there had to be an us.
Yes.
Get a band, and because you're booked.
Yes, we are booked, so we now need to put a band together. And then on that same day, I sat there and I was like, okay, I need to create a Facebook page for this thing.
Yeah.
And I sat there and I had two names in mind. The one is tattooed on my arm, which says, I am the road less taken, which a friend told me one day. It describes my personality well. And I thought to myself, no, that just doesn't ring right. It doesn't sound like the kind of band that I want to be in, the road less taken. It sounds too sad.
Yeah, maybe also generic, like a band name that anyone would just go for.
Like one of those computer generated names.
Yes,
exactly. And then the other name I had was a name that I also had with me from high school. One day I said to a friend, if I'm old one day, if I'm a grown up one day, I want to have my own club, but I want to have it be inspired by the 50s kind of jazz scene where you have to get dressed up to go to this club. And the name of the club will be in neon lights, and you'll have a guy, a valet taking you to your table, and like this whole fancy vibe. And in the day, it would just serve as a coffee place, and at night, it would be this fancy jazz club. And the idea I had for that club was Joy Club Cassidy Cassidy. because it just sounded like that's the place that you want to be.
Very smooth jazz like.
And
just,
then when
it just
I
sounds,
sat there,
it just sounds audio wise, it just sounds inviting. You don't even have to know
Yes.
what you don't even have to know what happens there. You just know, man, I want to be there.
And that's why I decided, man, that name always sounded to me like the place to be, and I want to be in Joy Club Cassidy Cassidy, and that's why the name became that.
So how did you gather your troops of musicians to start this band? How did you gather all of these star-studded cast of yours?
Brandon can answer that better than I can.
Yeah.
He was recruited.
I was the first recruit by the drummer, the current drummer of the band that was chosen by Jordan. So Gerard and Jordan were friends, obviously. And he was the drum lecturer at the place where I was studying at, which is COPA, Campus of Performing Arts. So he asked me, because he saw me playing for all the different students, playing bass for them. And he was like, okay, we've got a thing. Do you want to play bass? And I'm like, sure, that sounds really fun. Because obviously I just moved from a small town, Bloemfontein, to Pretoria. And the drum lecturer comes to me and it's just like, you want to join us for a thing? Obviously,
and of course,
yes.
a drummer scouting a bassist is also a perfect match right there.
Yes,
exactly, because of the working together in the band part. So
yeah.
So he asked me, and I was like, sure. So I get here, and there is another lecturer playing the guitar, and this guy was the production lecturer. So Gareth joined us for 2 gigs. And then he was too busy, so he could not do it anymore.
Gareth from High Rate, Human Nebula, and Riddle Break.
Okay.
So he plays and does vocals for like a lot of bands. So he couldn't do it anymore, and we had to find a 4th member because at that time I think we were really sloppy, and a 3-piece was just not going to cut it. So I just basically asked my best friend at the time, Kyle Bueta, not related in any way.
Yeah.
And he was also just like in the same phase as me, just learning how the music industry works, you know, the ropes. And I think when we brought him here, he was also just mesmerized like I was. And then from there on, I think we started the core trio of the band, and it's just been us.
Yeah, like me, Brandon, and Kyle, and then we've had one member change of Gerard. He moved on to other greater pastures, and we wish him well still. We still love him and owe him a lot to this band. But currently we are with Ricardo Labuskachny, or as is known in the band, R. Nicholas Birdcage.
Or
also an
Labuchon.
anagram. Yes. And then Kyle Bueta is
his cousin.
They are actually family. And he is known as Cat Bowley, and it's all just anagrams. I was just lazy thinking of cool names.
How do you? That's the opposite of lazy. I mean, do you know how hard it is to think about anagrams? I mean, just thinking of a name is one thing, but thinking about an anagram, that's the opposite of lazy. Holy shit!
Yeah, you take a name and you write like 6 possibilities down.
Yeah, but remember, I keep myself entertained with the silliest things. So to me, that wasn't the hard one. That wasn't the harder option for me.
Okay, but for me, thinking of an anagram right now, that's like, you know, the opposite of lazy. Okay, so just put that out there. It actually works. Exactly.
Thank you.
So okay, so I've got some really interesting and important questions to ask you guys, right? So punk has always been seen as a rebellion against the system, and we will not stand for what is happening in society right now, and we need to say something. But it's always been skimmed over by society. Punk has never been really taken seriously, like in most regards out there. It's people said, oh, those punks, it's always been referred to as basically, all right, these punks have got something to say. It's good music, but it's never been in a situation like, wow, these people have got some really interesting things. But your album, it's probably one of my favorite albums I've listened to in a long time, because you guys have got humor. You guys have got really political issues, emotional issues, psychological, mental health that comes. All of these topics are mentioned in this album. And if anyone knows your band and follows you guys on or any social media, you guys lure people in with comedy. And for instance, you start off a show saying, this song is a song about foreskins. And everybody's like, ha, 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 ha. But when you listen to this song, it is really intense topics. So,
it's deep.
Exactly. So that's part of my two-part question. Why would you feel these topics are so prominent and works really well with your genre?
I think that you always have bad things happening. And Conrad or Jordan is one of the people that I know that would make the best out of a situation. That's why he's the person that everyone comes to when they need to speak about something. He can make a joke and just lighten the mood in any way possible. So if you sing about these topics, these difficult things to speak about, I mean, it's not really something you would bring up in everyday conversation, and not a lot of people would be really fond of that. If you want to bring that into perspective, you have to kind of make them feel easy about it, not that frightened, make it not that bad. You have to really bring it over into, or translate it into a better light.
Make it a little bit more digestible.
Yes, bearable, definitely.
I believe the most human thing that you can do is to try and make light of the worst. Think of people in wartime. Some of the best jokes written in any kind of form of scripture ever came out of those war times, because people don't necessarily have the capacity to deal with shitty things and live in shitty things.
I don't know. A lot of people, sorry to interrupt. A lot of people don't see the value in that. Like, for instance, a lot of people would think that situation is really bad or horrible, but just think about the beauty of that. Out of all of this hard times, hardship, and really intense things that happen, there are people still out there trying to see the light at the end of this tunnel.
Exactly. People who are being creative when that seems like the worst time to try and be creative. I mean, people do that even with kids. I mean, you entertain kids when stuff is going bad. You don't tell the kids, listen, mommy and daddy are struggling. And I believe also because of things like Monty Python, satire, that resonated with me my entire life, because they would be telling these ludicrous jokes or doing these ludicrous skits at a funeral, where everyone would tell you that is the most inappropriate place to do that. And they would find the humor in that, because it's not about the mourning of someone's death. It's about the celebration of that person's life.
Sharing that moment together.
Yes, and I believe that should be everything to everyone. And I just always wanted to write these songs because that's what I wanted to listen to. No one else was saying these things. No one else was making light of these situations. They were either being super serious or they weren't speaking about it at all.
Yeah, I mean, like it already happened. You can either sit and be negative about it, or you can make it better, because like it happened. You're not going to change the fact that it happened. You can choose as a person how you're going to deal with it. And if you're going to sit on your ass and be sad about it, or if you're going to make everyone, give the thing power, then you shouldn't do that. Make like a joke about it.
Like the other day, and you guys know I like this song a lot, but the other day I was driving in my car blasting a government lying, And it's actually such a heavy, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about this, but it's actually such a heavy song. But you're sitting to yourself and you're singing along with this song at the top of your lungs. But the things you're singing about is really intense political subjects, that you guys are singing about. But the fact that I'm singing at the top of my lungs with a smile on my face because I'm acknowledging the information that you guys are saying, and I know what you guys are talking about, but I'm also having fun with the fact that there are people out there thinking about things and thinking that it's really important to share to the world. That is what brings a smile to my face, and not the fact of the context of the song, but the fact that there are people out there who thinks, listen, the world needs to know this. So that's what brings it all together with what you guys said, with making this really hard information to process a little bit more digestible. And I think every single song on this album is genius. I mean, one of my favorite things that you guys have done, if you guys can elaborate a little bit on it, I call them little interludes. This small little quick 1 minute, 2 minute songs in between everything. I think that also makes a 22 song album also a lot more digestible, like, okay, quick little song, here we go, and then we're moving to the long song. What made you guys do that? It's genius. And just tell me a little bit more about those.
Man, if I could paint you a picture of what my mind works like sometimes, that would be exactly a depiction of that. Like these moments of intense discussions where it feels like 2 or 3 people in a room have the solution to all the world's problems. And then from there, just manically going off on a rant about something completely unnecessary and then just being happy for 5 seconds. And I think that just stems from my, I don't want to call it ADHD, but in some forms it is that it's like, I don't want to ever be caught in one moment for too long that I stand still. I would rather be listening to that thing and be so caught up in that moment to the state of emotion, and then be taken the fuck out of that moment suddenly by something else, and just realize like, okay, cool, that is important, but also we have to move on from this. We can't stay in one moment. And that is what that is to me. Songs like Wooden Spoon, that's what it feels like when you're a kid, when you get hit by an object and you don't really understand why. Like I come from an age where we still used to have corporal punishment. So people used to handle things by hitting you. And then as a kid, that is what it feels like. I was bad. Now I'm going to get hit with the spoon. And that's just a moment in time.
For those of you listening, also, Wooden Spoon is 22 seconds long. That's how long
22 seconds long.
That's how long that whole entire song is, just by the way.
That was not planned, by the way.
Yeah, it wasn't planned. It was just like, it's done. That's a song.
I think there's maybe like an extra bit of silence in there. The song might be 20 seconds long, respectively. But Carl was just like, let's just give it the 2 seconds.
That's awesome. Like, listen, but also one thing that I did manage to derive from this album, you guys are geniuses in the sense of taking one subject, you lure someone in, like for instance, what I said with regards to at the live show. This song is about foreskins. Intense song. For instance, Dishonest. Dishonest sounds like a really fun party song, and then it's like a really emotional love song if you listen to about it. The fact that you say, let's get dishonest, that term alone speaks so much volumes about love at a party and what you experience with a stranger at a party. And if you guys can tell me a little bit more with regards to that song as well, because that's also one of the songs that I feel a lot of emotion went in.
Fuck, man. What's so cool about someone like you? Let me first just put that out there. The fact that you actually listen. That it's not, it goes without saying that some people know lyrics. Some people know the songs and they sing along, but they don't necessarily hear what is being said. And the fact that you are saying the things that you are saying, Carl, that's just like, first of all, just like fucking hell, man. That's deep.
Grateful.
Thank you so
Very
much.
much appreciation.
That is exactly the whole thing. What one feels when you're in that situation. You meet this person, you don't know if you're ever going to see them again. And the only way that you can get through that moment when you're young is to get drunk and dishonest, because it's the only way that you can see yourself talking to this person. So you have to be someone that you are not. Yes. And if she feels the same, or if he feels the same, whatever the case, that person also has to be bigger than themselves for that moment, to be able to talk to that person if it's so important to you. So that's what dishonest means for me there. It's not necessarily about lying. No. It's about being above yourself and stepping into that moment, because you know you only get that one chance.
I still feel because I spoke to one of my friends, I'm not going to mention his name, but I spoke to one of my friends about this song, and he said, what a horribly named song. And I think to myself, did you actually listen to this song? Because I feel that is such a beautifully named or beautifully depicted song. There couldn't have been a much better way to explain that situation, because we all have been there, even at a oppie or a random festival. If a girl comes up to you or a guy comes up to you, like, hey, are you Leroy? You know what? I'll be Leroy today.
Yes, I will be Leroy if that makes this conversation last just a little bit longer.
Exactly. That momentary, it's basically You're Beautiful from James Blunt. Also, that stranger that he saw resonating for that moment over there. And that's why I thought Dishonest is such a beautiful love song.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, that's exactly what it is for me as well. That is the love song. Yeah, and I always tell my band, like, I always try and avoid love songs, especially
like
relationship.
Baby.
Yes, and I don't use the word baby unless I'm talking about an infant.
Yeah, a child.
I try and stay away from relationship songs, because for me as a writer, I feel it's the easiest song to write. I have so much knowledge on failed relationships and relationships that work out, and just in general trying to get with another person's psyche. So I didn't want to write about that. I wanted to write about everything that's hard to write about. And some of these songs, like Stronger, took me, it's the good part of a year to finish, because I just couldn't get what I wanted to say. And
I like the fact that you say that, because I can feel every single song, even though the 22-second Wooden Spoon song, but I can feel why I like this album. It's very personal. I can feel the time and effort that's been put in this. It's not something that's, oh, we need to write an album, we need to put it out. I can feel every single note, every single drum percussion hit, every single vocal. I feel the emotion in it, and that alone, that emotion, that is punk.
Yeah, we talk a lot about cannon fodder as well amongst ourselves.
Easy songs that you just put in there just to fill up the album, because you're not going to have an album full of hits.
Yes.
I mean, like, if you like, not even with a 8-track album, let alone a 22-track album. Imagine 22 hits. Like, we would be the best band ever to exist if we could do that.
But the thing is, like, we spoke a lot about the term cannon fodder, especially if you look at bands that are signed, that are on labels, and they are kind of told you need to bring out a 15-track album. And then these guys write 8 fantastic songs, and then they fill the album with 7 cannon fodder songs, because they just want to sell the album according to what the label wants. And we spoke about from the start, we wrote about 34 songs for this album before we decided on which ones eventually did go onto the album. Some of the other songs we decided to still keep, but for future albums. But most of the songs that we chose for this album, we decided we don't want. Yeah, I mean, you've got the 22-second track like Wooden Spoon, which one can see as that's a cannon fodder. It's just an extra song added in there. But to me,
we've all been through that.
Yes, but to me, that song is still a valid song 100% because
the album won't be the same without it.
Yes, exactly. So for me, all of the songs on the album are there for a reason.
Have their rightful place.
Yes, and if they weren't there, it wouldn't be this album.
Yeah.
It would be something else.
You guys also got one cameo, Cobus the Cock Jr. in Old Man. Tell me a little bit about that.
Sure.
Yeah, we've got 2 cameos actually.
Yeah, the new video coming out.
Yeah, but Sophia Niemand.
Oh yeah, but I go back to May. Sorry, yeah, I go back to May. Yeah, sorry.
Fantastic pianist and accordion player. But yeah, Cobus the Cock Jr., man, that's a big one. Obviously, we look up to him as a fantastic figure,
a veteran in the industry.
Yeah, he's just and if you meet him, like that guy just resonates rock star. There's nothing that he does that doesn't look like he's being filmed while doing it. He's such an individualistic, artistic person. And our drummer, he's been walking a path with them, with his father for the longest time. His father used to be in a band with the guitarist Andre, yes, back in the day, and Ricardo used to play for them as a 13-year-old kid.
What?
Yes, he played shows with them back in the day at
biker rallies
and big shows. And then obviously his father took time off to be with his family, and then that became the Black Cat Bones eventually when they met Cobus. So Cobus and that family is also connected. So it was like Ricardo reached out to Andre, and then he reached out to Cobus, and Cobus was from the get-go the most keen, the most fire person to work with. He's such a fun guy. He came in and he destroyed
the microphone.
Yes, it was so cool to see. It makes you feel like, yes, maybe I should be working harder on how I sing in a studio, because it looks like he was singing live. It wasn't just standing still and singing. He was getting into it.
I was literally living the song.
And he was like livid as well that he hasn't been doing punk for the longest time, because he said, like, I just want to make a punk album now. Why am I even doing blues?
No, we all know why he's doing blues, though.
Yeah, because he's so good at it. Yes. But yeah, no, that was really fun. And also the third cameo we have in the music video for Old Man, that happens to be coming out tonight at 12.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So tomorrow, basically. Tomorrow, technically. I mean, new music video of
Old Man track, yeah.
And then Dwayne Hies from Sunken State.
Yeah, the vocalist for one of the bigger metal bands going up in South Africa now.
Yeah.
He's the video basically consists of him and Cobus doing a thing back and forth. So we're not basically even in the video for like a few minutes, and then here and there you see Jordan and you see Kyle.
So we're actually the cameos in that video.
Yeah,
it's just
the cameos in your own music video.
Yes, it's Cobus the Cock Jr. and Dwayne Hies featuring members of Joy Club.
Yeah, members.
Nice. Listen, if I have to give your band a lot of props, the word indie normally states with regards to being an independent band. And if anyone has followed you guys, one thing that I do have to give massive props to is your video editing, all of your creative ideas, your social media videos. Joy Club Cassidy Cassidy takes any situation where they go play a gig somewhere, where they are playing an event or something is happening. This band will literally make a video just to entice the world, and they do everything themselves independently, which I feel is probably one of the most captivating things that I enjoy about the band. Take away the music. You guys are just a fun bunch of people to watch, and your ideas stretches far beyond the music as well. And I think one thing that I feel will make you guys really big in the industry is your willingness to participate and help your community, because you promoting this event is not only promoting your band, it's promoting the event and everyone else in the event. So you guys look further than just promoting yourselves. You guys are building a community, and every single band that's played with you, and you guys have played a couple at my events, and every single person that has dealt with you guys is just such a pleasure, because you guys always give 110% to everyone around you.
Oh, man, thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's
too many thank yous.
Also really nice to hear. You know where it spans from? I believe it's not that we try harder than the other guy. I believe it's, if you want to do something that you love, if you want to do something truly that you love, it doesn't mean that you get to wake up, do the thing, and go to bed.
Yeah.
It means you have to work 4 times harder than the other guy.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't get handed to you. And it's not even about the work, it's about the fun and the memories that you make while doing the thing.
Yeah, I think a very few people actually can say that they're doing what they love for money. That's their job. Most people just wake up, go to work. It's like, fuck, I just want to go home. When's weekend coming? Like we wake up every single day and it's like, yes, we get to play punk, we get to make music with friends, and we get to be a part of something cool.
Yeah, it's just want to be in Joy Club.
So,
like I said in the beginning, it's the place where I want to be. It's where I want to be.
And now your band is that name, and that's where you want to be.
Yes, exactly.
It works out great.
So what makes you actually, speaking about that, diving a little bit deeper into this podcast, what makes you actually push harder when being in a band? And everybody's got day jobs, and a lot of people see being in a band as a hobby, and just, he's in his little band and everything like that, right? What makes you guys push harder, push towards this album, push towards making it in the music industry? Because we all know the music industry is a intensely tough industry to make it in. So what is Joy Club Cassidy's main motivation to just keep pushing and working at this music?
I think if I have to speak for myself, I would say that I just cannot see myself in an office cubicle sitting there from 9 to 5, working the same hours, the same kind of work every day, in and out, and dreading the week to come. When I walk on stage, everything around me disappears. I just basically go into my happy place, and that is where I want to be 90%, if not more, of my time. So being in a band, just being a part of music, playing, performing, making something that people can connect to is just, it's all the reward that I need. And if you can make it big, you get to be paid to do what you love. You get to do that, and even like all the perks that come with it, that's also a bonus.
You get to do it even more.
Yeah, like all the perks, like it's so many bonuses if you think about it, because musicians, if you do it right and you're really famous, you make a killing when it comes to money, and you don't have to work a day in your life again, and you just get to have fun. But I think for Joy Club, it's pretty much the same, Jordan.
Well, for me, the thing that the biggest thing that drives me is doing the thing. First of all, doing the thing. I want to do the music. I want the songs to exist, and I want the message to exist out there. But the most important thing for me is like guys like you, Kyle. The fact that you listen. I want some kid somewhere to be that same kid the first day of high school, listening to whatever is that, and I can't hear what the guy is saying, and I have no context to what this is, but it just drives me. I need to know more about what it is. Punk, First of all, it was the sound that captivated me. And second of all, it was the message. And thirdly, yes, they taught me so many things. They're still teaching me to this day. If it's about certain political things that happened I never knew about, and then the guy sings about it, and then I actually have to go on the internet to find out what he's singing about. I live for moments like that. I live for little Easter eggs in songs that are non-explained, and then you have to go on your own rabbit hole. It's like, what does he mean by this? And then you learn from that. That's what drives me. People like you that listen.
Yeah, thanks, man. And also those little Easter eggs. I mean, I like the fact that you explained you've always been someone take the route less traveled. Your first
Yes.
depiction of the band with the little stick figures going to the alternate door with the no entry sign. I like the fact that the album has got like a 2D rendering of that as well.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's actually Kyle Bueta's brother, Josie.
Yeah, the guy that does all our artwork.
He does all our artwork, and he's a visionary. Little tidbit, if you will. Didn't see the album art until this year.
Yeah,
oh, wow.
And waited.
Yes, I waited like a year and a half to see it because I said I didn't want to see it, and they knew that the new artwork for the album was
a reference
to that old stickman figure. And when I saw it, it took my breath away, because like Josie, he has this way of just looking at you and then depicting it in these artworks, again with the Easter eggs. I still find little things that I didn't notice before that he puts into these artworks, and that blows my mind. It feels like it's just so tied into what we're trying to do.
Speaking of more little Easter eggs, would you mind telling the world about the Cassidy guitar?
The Cassidy guitar, man, my baby, my 4-string electric guitar, punk guitar, rhythm guitar,
power chord guitar,
if you will. It is made for Jordan Redcage to play his power chords while singing in Joy Club Cassidy Cassidy. It is,
and not worrying about other two unnecessary strings.
No one
they're in the way.
I still think people lie when they say they play them. I think they're pretending to play them. It's just an extra feature.
I mean, who needs a B and another E string if you're only playing power chords?
Now you're joking. I would have understood the B, but now you're just adding more E's. Okay, let's just lie to be in my face.
What an idiot!
The thing is with me, I like all my things custom. I think that's my main thing. I don't like buying a shirt off of a rack. I'd rather have a band shirt and make 5 and then just wear that. You know, that's the way I've always been. And because we've got Kyle in the band, who's like a guitar god extraordinaire, I don't have to work as hard on playing the guitar. I just have to focus on the singing and playing the rhythm parts. And when you play rhythm in a punk band, you play 98% power chords.
Yeah.
And then for that reason, you really don't need the other 2 strings.
Yeah, it's actually a liability.
Yeah, they're in the way. You
walk a risk.
You walk a risk to accidentally play extra strings that you don't need.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I am so sorry. That was me. And now I only walk the risk of not practicing enough and not remembering where I play, and then I fuck up. But other than that, I'm solid. I am solid. No, it's just a really fun guitar to play, man. Yes, see.
It's weird.
It's weird, yes, but when you get used to it, it's so fun because it's this tiny little body and this really small neck.
Yeah, but it's really small, but it's also thick to compensate for the size that you lost in the height.
But plus, the pickups are super high gain, so it's also a really powerful small guitar. And
do you play
I
with
got the dick reference.
Do you play with any pedals, distortion?
I play straight into my amp, and I have one setting on my amp, and the only thing that I change on stage is when I play the softer bits, I put my volume down on the guitar, and then it sounds a bit more clean.
Brandon,
So
your
I'm a
bass
straight.
tone.
Yeah, Brandon's got pedals.
Oh, Brandon, your bass tone is disgustingly beautiful.
Okay, well, to be fair, the bass tone that's on the recording is obviously like done by plugins, thanks to Kyle. So that's not really how my bass sounds.
The new
pedal. Okay, I've been looking forward to having that pedal for a year. It's not even sold in South Africa. I had to go to France to go buy that thing, at least for like half price.
Oh wow!
And it is a Fender Downtown Express. It is a very simple pedal. It has an overdrive, EQ, and a compressor. That's all you need, and the magic that pedal just gives you, it's amazing. Like it
that's
sounds,
all you need in bass anyway.
Exactly, like a little bit of overdrive, a little bit of highs, maybe here and there, and a compressor just to keep you solid and
just to bring all of that together.
Plus, he's also got a weird fucking bass that no one else has.
Yeah, like a Japanese-made Thor sound.
Thor sound something. It's kooky. I love it.
Yeah,
it's great. No, I listened to the bass in the album, and it's got that muddy, powerful punch in your face attack,
chunks.
Tone to it. Yeah, it's very chunky. Yeah, I if I have to give it a word, beefy. It's very beefy.
Beefy. Yeah, thanks to Carl. He does that in the recording. He does add the beef. But I think thanks to my pedal now, I will be adding that myself.
Yeah, you will add your own beef. Thank you very much.
No vegans at this show because we bring the beef. But you can also hear, and in some of your songs, you can actually hear that Kyle is more of a metal guitarist.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely. We've also been told that we have some songs that are more akin to Sum 41, who is also very
hardcore punk,
metal influenced. But to me as well, I praise him for that, and I say bring it on, because to me that was what punk has always been.
It adds something that other punk bands don't have.
You know what? If you want to add fucking weird bass drops in there and weird little piano bits, fucking who am I? Who am I to say no?
It adds theater.
I love it. So,
it's the most punk thing ever to rebel against punk rules.
Exactly. Yeah, like punk rules. Like, why be one punk band when you can do all of the punk band things and other things that punks don't do?
Yeah, like
it's like fuck everything. I don't care.
Yeah. Guys, if I have to ask you guys that's now here on the podcast, what's your favorite songs on this album?
Oof. Okay, I'll go first. I have two favorites from, I would say, from different genres, if I can say that. My all-time favorite, which is really surprising because I do enjoy my punk rock and metal and heavier things. I Go Back to May, I think, is my number one favorite on the album. It's a journey. It's really an experience to drive at night, go somewhere, go to visit friends, drive home late and put that song on. It's maybe raining. You just feel the bass, you hear the guitars, you hear the wonderful vocals. It's really amazing.
Wow.
And my other favorite song, it's not even sung by our lead singer. It's Fallout. That is sung by Kyle.
Yeah, that's also a very good one.
Really catchy. It's just a great song. It's simple, straightforward. You don't have to think a lot. You can just sit back and enjoy.
Okay, and you, Jordan?
For me, it's also two songs. The first one being State of Things. I just absolutely love the way that Kyle mixed that song. It's so powerful, and I love the way that the vocals are just so in your face. And I also made up my own word in that song, Molyneux you. If you go and do a little bit of research, you will see that a guy named Peter Molyneux, he is known in the gaming industry as the guy that lies to you. He makes promises that are never kept fully. So I just made his name a term and said Molyneux. So I'm very proud of that one. It doesn't exist, but it's mine now.
Okay.
So yes, that one and Stronger, because
Nice.
with Stronger, it took me so long and I got so frustrated with that song and I had to completely re-look at the way I write songs, because Gerard, that was the last input Gerard had in this band as well. He told me, don't try and write the song the way that you write a song. Try and add a rhythmic thing and then come back to the song and then go from there. And
how long was that period? How long was that hiatus between coming back to the song? How long was that?
Almost 9 months before he told me that. And then I was like, okay, let me go and see one more, because that was the last song that had to go on the album and everyone was waiting on me to finish the song. And when I finally went back to it and I found that riff, that little Blink-182 riff, if you want to call it, that goes in between the verses, when I found that on guitar, I was like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. That emotion between the two verses, and then the chorus takes the rest, is exactly what I felt. And that to me was special because it was so fucking hard, and I never struggle with writing songs. And because of that one took a lot out of me. So it means a lot to me as well.
I feel that's probably, if I have to pick two songs, it's definitely Stronger as one of them, because I feel it's also your best vocal work on the whole entire album. It's got now that you say Blink-182, I feel the vocals there reminds me more. It's still Tom DeLonge, but more in an Angels and Airwaves type setting. You know, think of the Empire.
That's what everyone says.
Yeah,
So
think of the Empire album of Angels and Airwaves.
Yes.
You know that's the
do.
same type of vocals that resonates from it. But also, the message in Stronger, it touched home for me like a lot. It's kind of like my lifestyle I'm living right now. And if I have to choose a second song, it's Lives. I'm sorry, that's also something.
So great to hear.
Yeah, Lives is probably my personal favorite out of the whole entire album, because it's, if I have to pick a anthem of my life, it's probably that song. 100%.
That's so cool because it's about lives.
Yes,
So,
and also I told them when we wrote that song, the first time that we recorded it, when Carl sent us the first mix, I told them, the funny thing about a song like Lives is we might not realize it now, and it might be biased coming from me, but I think this is a really important song.
Yeah,
it is.
Despite the joke of the foreskin thing, and it might seem like we're trying to make fun of a situation, I believe a song like that, because it's named Lives as well, that is what it's like to be alive. It's
sometimes
the yin
good
and the yang.
Yeah, sometimes good things happen and sometimes bad things happen. And it's just how it is.
I believe for me, that is an important song.
Ironically, I feel, and please don't get me wrong, but I feel there are going to be people who's going to listen to that song in the wrong way and resonate with it.
Obviously.
Like the complete opposite of what you guys mean to the song. And I think that is also,
definitely.
That ironically is also part of life. I can see that happening, you know, especially the subjects that is, you know, the lady that had a baby and then she married a lady and then became vegan and all of that stuff is really hard things to talk about right now and really brave to sing about in a song. But also it sparks that conversation, which I feel is also part of life.
Yes, and I mean, it says sometimes it's hard, man. Like sometimes things are hard for you to understand. Sometimes things are hard for you to comprehend and or tolerate.
Yeah.
But you as a tiny speck in a vast fucking galaxy of endlessness can't be the only one that gets to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is the way it is, and that's the way that life is. That's what it is for everyone. You can't always be healthy. For instance, sometimes you have the flu, sometimes you've got some kind of a stomach thing and you've got the shits for 2 weeks. That's not your state of being. That's just a state of being.
Yeah.
And it's a part of the whole thing.
Why I like that song so much is just to give you guys a perspective out of my own personal life. I feel being angry, being depressed, being happy, and all of those things are natural emotions to have. And the more you suppress one of them, the other ones become tainted. So let's say I don't ever want to become sad. I don't ever want to become angry. Okay, so now those are two emotions that you're suppressing. And by suppressing those emotions, your happiness and what you perceive as joy or motivation or wealth, that becomes tainted because you have already suppressed two whole entire emotions that you are supposed to explore, supposed to acknowledge. By suppressing that, you are basically tainting your whole outlook on life. You're basically putting like rosy colored glasses on and you are basically living a lie. Basically the theme of the whole entire album right here. That's why I feel that those two songs, Stronger and Lives, sums up the whole entire album for me. And then you have got a beautiful acoustic ending song 22 that just brings it right home, gives you that punch in the face like, yeah, you just listen to Joy Club Cassidy Cassidy, motherfucker. That's all brought it together. That brings it all together for me.
Yeah, I think a movie that was released recently is also like very tied in with that concept about suppressing the emotions, like Inside Out. The animation
I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies.
Super cool movie, yeah.
It's so beautiful. Like if you watch that as an adult and you don't feel something, there's something wrong with you. I'm sorry.
I actually talked about that movie in one of my previous podcasts. I mean, like realizing that if you suppress one of your emotions, all of the other emotions are not going to understand what they're feeling and what they're seeing.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Because you can't look at a sad thing in an angry way.
Yeah.
It's exactly that thing.
And that's how I feel about this album. If you are suppressing one of your emotions, you're not going to understand this album. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you should open up yourself and look a little wider.
I think everyone that knows me as a person personally knows that when they introduce me to someone else, especially me, they know there's a 50-50 chance of that new person not understanding where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
Because I am probably the king of just saying whatever thought pops into my brain at any given time. And it might sometimes come out as being completely the opposite of what I
offensive,
rude, or whatever,
inconsiderate, anything.
I feel that's why we are friends. I feel that is why we are friends.
I mean, you remember what was that saying we had at Opikopi? We had this saying, and I kept thinking some people might think that we are just being unusually offensive.
I can't remember, but I remember we used to say it with like really thick Afrikaans accents.
It was, I remember now. If I can translate it into English, we said lesbians don't walk. And we were talking about ourselves and we were saying that we need to be carried at this festival because we are important lesbians and we need to be carried. That's what we said. And again, from the outside, it could be seen like that's insensitive. You're clearly men. You can't say that.
Are you trying to say lesbians must roll around in wheelchairs?
Exactly. That I remember. And it was like, that's not what we mean. We were at a camp full of lesbians that were our friends. And we were talking about them. They should be carried. They should be revered because these people that are our friends are amazing people. And then we were just walking around screaming, lesbian loop nie.
We carry them.
Yeah, you have to carry them. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, that could be seen as controversial. But I've always said I can't be held accountable for what I said. That is the one thing that I cannot be held accountable for in a court of law.
if I can hold you guys accountable for something that you can say,
Yes.
if you guys as Joy Club Cassidy combine your forces right now and give anyone that it can be a musician, it can be a child, it can be an adult, it can be anyone in the whole entire world, some advice right now, what would it be?
Okay.
You go first.
I'll go first because I have a lot of experience with it.
Okay, you go
I
first.
will go and I will speak to the young generation. I'm still kind of a part of it, but I also segregate myself because like I don't necessarily want to be a part of it. But my advice to them would be stop trying to be cool and stop taking yourself so seriously. Like I think it's a sentence that you hear a lot, but it needs to be said because a lot of people take everything too seriously. If you don't take yourself too seriously and you don't care about what other people think, there will be less fights, there will be less wars, there will be less depression. Everything will be better because humanity's egos are very toxic things if you don't control them.
Okay.
Nice.
Well,
That's
yeah.
a cool one.
That's something that everybody hears, but no one listens to, I feel.
Yeah, that's a very cool one. Mine is very simple. It's just goes on to the human condition. I need everyone that's listening to this, whether or not you're an old person, a young person, or an in-between person. I need you to look at everyone else around you and to love them unconditionally without any bias, any religion, anything added to that that makes it weird or anyway. I need you just to stop not loving each other because I believe that's the only way that we're ever going to get through this thing. Like, look at this fucking shit going on in Russia right now. That made me quite emotional today because it's unnecessary. My only message is that what I always end the shows off. It's like, please be kind to each other, love each other, and protect each other. Because that's all we have is each other. Even if you don't know the other guy, if you fall, he'll fucking help you up. And that's what we need to be for each other all the time.
Thank you, Jordan and Brandon, for being on my show today. I have the world's respect for you, every single person in your band as individuals, and for the band as a whole as well. It's a giant honor for me to have you on this podcast. And I would just like to thank you for your time and what you guys have done to the music community and for the genre itself as well. So that I would just personally would like to thank you guys from my side.
Well, thank you so much.
You are a king among kings, sir. Thank you so much for everything you've always done for everyone, in spite of everything that you've always gone through.
Yeah.
Because you are an inspiration to us.
Yeah. Thanks for having us. We would do this any chance that we get.
Not a problem. Thank you so much, guys. You can check out Joy Club Cassidy on all platforms. And like we all just been discussing this for almost an hour right now, they have released a brand spanking new album. Go treat your earbuds. Go treat your neighbors with some beautiful punk music. Yeah, my neighbors listen to good music whether they like it or not. You know?
Yeah. It's because I love you.
So yeah, you can check them out on Instagram. You can check them out on Spotify and all of the platforms. And I will post a link in the description as well. Thank you once again, guys, and have an absolutely beautiful evening.
Same to you.
Thanks for everyone listening. We love you all.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.